I gotta do a video. Oh, all right, here we go. Let's go. We got the lights set up. Sup, dogs? What you guys getting into? Y'all don't fucking talk. All right, let's see who we got. Today, Dick Wolf, Panera, Scooter Libby. All right, that one's good. All right. Jabreezy. All right. Alban TV. All right, we got this. Hey guys, Scooter Libby here with another crazy card trick tutorial. You guys love card tricks and I love tutorials. So today I thought I'd combine them both and make a little bit of a card trick tutorial for you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys like this sort of content, and maybe share this around, throw this around in the Twitter and Redditverse, because Piggy needs those sweet views, all right, so today we're going to be using this deck of cards, this Lucha Libre deck of cards, of which, if you guys haven't checked out that live stream where I opened this and review it live, you guys should totally check that out as well. Oh boy, the plugs just keep coming. So we're going to use this deck of cards for a little bit of a cool card trick here. Not so hard to do, fairly easy, and some would consider it a classic of Magic, the Diet Coke of Magic, if you would. So here we have the spectator mix and shuffle the cards. Hopefully not dirty up the cards, because honestly most of them are just filthy fuss. So here we're going to riffle through the edge of the deck and ask the spectator to call stop anytime they feel like it. So here they call stop. In this case, they happen to look at this card here, the 9 of Hearts, or the 9 of Corazones. Yeah, this is multilingual programming here. So here at this point, we inform the spectator to shuffle the cards one more time and to give it a little bit of a mix. So the spectator mixes up the cards again, remembering the fact that they already mixed up the cards. So this deck is in no way, in any shape or form, set up by any means. So here we tell the spectator, I know exactly what they're thinking. I'm a dirty, lonely fuck. What are the chances that I snuck your card out of the deck? Because I gave you the deck to shuffle, I could have just snuck the card out and added it in there, right? So I just want you to make sure, if we go through this deck, that your card, sir, is still, in fact, here somewhere in the deck among the other cards and not snuck out somewhere, right? So we see your card is, did you see your card already? You did? Oh, that's kind of good. All right, so we don't have to go further. But what I want you to do, sir, is we're going to go through a little bit of an imagination experiment here. Because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to deal the cards onto the table. In this case, the lovely floor. And in your head, I want you to spell your card out. One card for each letter. So let's say your card is the 9 of Spades. Let's say your card is the 9 of Spades. So every time I deal a card, that would be N. This would be I, this would be N, this would be E. You get what I mean? All right, so this time I want you to do it in your head. And when you get to the last letter, in your head, I want you to yell stop. That makes sense, sir? All right, we'll do that. So, see if we can feel your vibes here. All right, okay, you're doing great so far. Remember to add the OF. Remember to add the OF. Oh, I got a definite vibe here. I got a definite stop here, sir. Did you just think stop? Yes, you did. You thought stop. That's interesting. For the first time, I want you to name the card that you were thinking of, sir. Oh, the 9 of Hearts? Stop it. Stop it. Oh my goodness. You, sir, have stopped on the 9. If that isn't a card trick, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I can't even deal with this. Hey, boy! So you want to know how to do that trick, don't you? You want to know how to do that trick. I'll show you how it's done. Well, for this, you need a deck of cards that the spectator has thoroughly shuffled. You might recognize this trick as its original name with just a little bit of a couple changes. The original name here is Gray's Speller. This was published a couple times by Heegaard and Brouwer, my favorite magicians of the 40s. This was published in Royal Road as well as a couple other different publications. But this is just my variant on it. The original trick involved a key card. I didn't enjoy that. I do like the aspect of having the glimpse. So again, it's not much difference between the OG version and this one. However, I do like that thought of cards sort of mentality here. So for this, spectator mixes up the cards. What you need to do is you're going to need to have a peek at this card. Now, luckily for you guys, I have a video up here that shows you a bunch of ways to peek at cards. Some are very easy, some are a little bit more advanced, so you should check that video out when you get a chance. But ultimately, you're going to run through the corner of the deck, making sure that the camera is in fact in focus and not a gigantic piece of but you're going to riffle through, and you're going to have the spectator call stop anytime they want. Wherever they call stop, in this case, we have the 10 of diamonds. Of course, you're going to keep a pinky break separating the halves here as you tell the spectator to remember their card and not forget it. And if they can't, to shuffle the cards one more time. Here, of course, in that action, I get my glimpse on the lower right corner. I discussed this glimpse in that video. However, just for posterity's sake, you're getting a break right there between the deck and the card here. As you finish the riffle, you get a break. You're going to use your dirty thumb to revolve the deck this way, which is going to naturally step the deck, right? You see that hotness as you ask the spectator if they could shuffle the cards. So the action is covered in the action of having the spectator say, hey, you know what, why don't you shuffle the cards again? So you're going to get your peek at the card that way and know in your head that they picked the 10 of diamonds, which is going to be very important because if you don't know the identity of the card, it's going to be a little bit difficult to actually do the trick. So they shuffle the cards. They're going to mix it up in whatever way they want. But ultimately, you're going to take the deck back. And, oh, shit. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Okay, yeah, that's my banana. That's my banana timer. It's banana time. It's banana time. Banana time. Banana time. Banana time. Banana time. Banana time. So at this point, I want you to remember that the spectator has peeked at a card. In this case, it was the 10 of diamonds, and they shuffled the deck. So you take the deck back, and you tell them, I know what you're thinking, sir. I know exactly what you're thinking. I'm a magician. I could have just snuck your card out while I handed you the deck for you to shuffle, right? That's why I handed you the deck to shuffle, because I just snuck your card out. So let's make sure that your card is still, in fact, in the deck. So what I'm going to go through now is I'm going to go through the deck and spot their card. In this case, it's going to be the 10 of diamonds. So I'm going to spot the 10 of diamonds, and I'm going to start spelling their card mentally in my head. So in this case, from the 10, I count that as the first one. So that's going to be TENOFDIAMONDS. When I get to S, I ask the spectator if they've seen their card at that point. Of course, the spectators assume at this point that you don't know the identity of the card, so there's no reason for them to suspect, let alone detect, that you're doing anything nefarious to the deck here. So you ask him innocently, oh, did you see your card already? Okay, good, then we could proceed from here. So this is the last letter. In this case, this is S. I'm going to cut this half to the front. So now what this has done is that this has put their card in a position where I could spell to it. You see that? TENOFDIAMONDS. 10 of diamonds. So one more time. You're going through the deck to show the spectator that their card is still in fact in the deck. When you spot their card, in this case, the 10 of diamonds, you're going to start spelling their card mentally in your head. You don't want to do it out loud. That might give up the trick. So that's going to be TENOFDIAMONDS. Did you see your card already? You did? All right, so we could kind of proceed. See, I want to be a fair magician. I don't want you to think that I'm doing anything sneaky. So at this point, I like to add in just a little bit of a false shuffle. This is doing some swing cuts to my left hand, but guess what? I'm keeping the fattest break. So you notice I'm swing cutting, but I'm keeping the fattest break there, picking up at the break and overhand shuffling those cards to the back. Doesn't do anything, but it adds to the illusion that this is just a haphazard situation. I don't care what's going on. And here you instruct the spectator that they're going to mentally spell their card. So for each letter that they spell mentally, you're going to deal a card out. So it's very important that you keep that instruction very clear and that you make it apparent to the spectator, even giving them examples. So you tell them, for example, let's say you picked the king of spades, sir. In your head, I want you to spell the card as I deal them. So for example, king of spades, that would be Kingof, like that, right? You could do that? Okay. When you get to the last letter, I want you to just think stop in your head. You got that? Just yell out stop in your head. Obviously not out loud, because then that would kind of defeat the point of this little experiment. So you got it? So the spectator is going to be mentally spelling out the cards in their head as you deal the cards out onto the table here. So you're going to actually spell the card out in your head as well, making sure that you stop on the appropriate card. So that would be TENOFDIAMONDS. And of course, that is going to be the 10 of diamonds. At that point, you say, wait a second, you just thought stop in your head, didn't you? Yes, you did. You just spelled out your card. At this point, if you want, you could reveal their card and say, wait a second, were you thinking of the 10 of diamonds? And of course, they're going to react if you want. However, an alternative is just ask them to name their card out at this point. Say, okay, so do me a favor, sir. Name your card out loud. And they're going to say 10 of diamonds. That's when you turn over their card and show that they have, in fact, managed to coincide and make this coincidence happen where they managed to spell out mentally their card here. It's kind of a little bit of a coincidence effect. Very, very startling to the spectator. And definitely a shocking trick, but very, very easy to do. All you need to do is get a peek, right? Get your little glimpse, and then cut the card to the appropriate position, and you're good to go. That's pretty much all you got to do. So great speller. Phenomenal trick. Very, very well done, Frederick and Heegaard. Even though you're both long dead. So that's a trick, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to remind the spectator to spell of. That's one of the ways that this trick could go wrong if they miss out that of. Because imagine if they go 10 and then DIAMONDS, you're not going to be in the right position. So make sure when you give that first initial example, say KINGOF. If you want, you could use ace, because ace is less letters to spell. So when you use an example, ace would be good because it's literally ACEOF. So you could get to the OF faster and have the spectator understand what they are to do in a more efficient way. Oh yeah, look at those hot tips from Piggy. So make sure to subscribe, guys, if you guys haven't already. Do all the things that people tend to do when it comes to these card tricks. They really do all the things, and they check the links in the description, right? Because I have to show my stuff. I'm going to go figure out different ways to use Scooter Libby to figure out my options when it comes to running for United States Senate. I'm going to do that, yeah. See you again, when I 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 see you again.